everyone, blessings. I just wanted to take a little time out in this video to discuss a particular observation that I have about relationships. And I just wanted to share it with you all out there because I think it might be helpful to some of you. Now, if you have been following my channel for some time, you may have noticed that I tend to create a lot of content around things to look out for in people, like certain characteristics and certain red flags in relationships. And I create this type of content because I want to see more of us win in relationships and do better in relationships. To be quite honest, I think many of us suck at relationships. That's not everyone. I mean, there are those of you out there who are in happy, healthy, and high quality relationships. God bless you. But for those of us who aren't, it's just very important for us to really pay attention to how we're being treated, and pay attention to how we feel, and pay attention to people, basically. And that's really that's really my message. The underlying message within most of my videos is pay attention to people, and also pay attention to how you're feeling in relationships. So this observation that I've had for myself personally in relationships, and even in the lives but by watching others, is that when you're in a relationship, this is what I want you to do, whether it be your marriage or your romantic partnership, or with your friendship, or even with a family member. I want you to pay attention to this one thing, and it's very, very critical. Very, very critical. Pay attention to how this person reacts to your pain. What is their response when you're in pain, when you're suffering, when you're going through things? How does that person respond to your pain? Because how they respond is a clear indication, in my opinion, of how they feel about you and the state of your relationship currently. So pay attention to how they respond to your pain when you're going through hardships, when you're having a tough time at work, when you're dealing with sickness, whether it be short term or with a disease, when you're having problems in your family, when you're having problems at the workplace, when you're having problems with your mental health, whatever it is that you're going through that is causing you pain and suffering. How does your significant other, how does your loved one respond to that pain? And most importantly, how do they respond to the pain that they inflict upon you? I mean, let's face it, we're all human and we're not perfect. And we're going to do things in relationships that will disappoint others and maybe even hurt people, whether it be intentional or not intentional. It happens. But the thing you want to look out for and watch out for is their response after they inflict that pain upon you. Are they indifferent? Are they apathetic? Do they act like they don't care? These are the things that we really should be watching out for. Now, a good sign is if a person hurts you and they realize that they've hurt you, or they're participating in some behavior that's causing you pain, or that's very triggering to you, and they discover that. Or the thing about it is this person doing anything or doing anything to alter that pattern of behavior so they don't cause you any further harm or damage, right? So that's the thing we want to watch out for. But really, how does that person respond to your pain and when you're going through? Are they indifferent to your tears? And when you're in pain, you're crying your eyes out in a room, and he's in the other room kicking his feet up watching football, and he may even say to you, hey, after you're done crying, go fix me a sandwich. Or you're doubled over in pain, and she's out to the mall and out to brunch with her friends and having the time of her life, knowing that you're suffering and not a care in the world. So it's like, how does that person respond to your pain? That's really all you need to know, and that will tell you where your relationship is at. If that'll tell you how much they care about you. Because if they're responding to your pain and it's like they have contempt for you, your relationship is probably it's done. You could probably stick a fork in it. It's probably the nail in the coffin, right? So Yeah, that's the observation that I have made. If I look over all of my relationships and romantic or platonic or what have you, and even with certain family members, and I've observed, the people who cared the least when I was suffering and when I was in pain, those were the toxic relationships, and those were the people who didn't mean me well, and those were the people that I had to end that relationship in order for me to be happy and healthy again. So yeah, that's a telltale sign about relationships. This is my belief, and my observation. But on the flip side, and the more positive side, you have a good person in your life when you are suffering, or even if they did inflict pain on you intentionally or not intentionally, that they're actually making movements to do better, and to change that pattern of behavior, and that they have apologized to you, and that there's some contrition there, and they're sorry and they don't enjoy it. And that's another thing. They don't enjoy seeing you in pain. There's some people out there that are truly masochistic, and they're perfectly fine with you being in pain. You can't, that's not a good relationship to be in. Your partner, your significant other, your friend, your family member, they're perfectly fine with your pain. Your pain doesn't bother them. That is a red flag. Someone who truly loves you and cares about you, when you're in pain, they're going to feel a little bit of it too. There's going to be some empathy there. There's going to be some care there. Care and empathy is a part of love. And when you find that a person is uncaring when you need them the most, and unsupportive, and they don't care about the pain that you're in, I'm hard pressed to say that they love you. I really am. I am hard pressed because when you really love and when you really care for someone, when they're suffering and going through, your knee-jerk reaction should be to go over and support them and help them in any way that you can, because that's what love does. That's the action of love, is to help and support and to be there when your friend is in pain, when your wife is in pain, when your husband is in pain, when your child is in pain, when your mother's in pain, when your father's in pain, when your best friend is in pain. That is the normal and the healthy reaction. It's not indifference, or if you find that when you're in pain, they get annoyed by it, or they feel inconvenienced by your sickness. That's not right. That's not right. Right? Or if they know and they are purposely participating in behaviors that they know get under your skin, and that they know that's hurtful, and things that they say and things that they do, and they keep doing it anyway, and they don't care. Yeah, your relationship is in a lot of trouble. And I've said this many times, and I've heard this someplace, I don't remember, but problems don't age well. And if a person has that sort of attitude towards you, it probably will not improve. But how do they respond to your pain? Do they want to help you get through your hard time and whatever you might be experiencing, whether it would be something, personal or health-wise, or with your job? Or are they in your corner? Are they cheering you on? Or are they part of your support system? Or are they there being part of the problem and being non-supportive, and basically while you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, they're actually draining you and taking energy from you? That's the thing. It's another thing to watch out for. When you're suffering, when you're going through, is that person breathing life into your life? Or are they draining you and taking you away, or kicking you while you're down? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. How does that person respond to your pain? If they respond in a very negative way, I think your relationship is over. Now, if you remain to be in that relationships, and I know due to certain circumstances that it's not easy for everyone to leave a bad relationship due to children, and there's other things, financial reasons or what have you. But just know that if you continue to stay in that type of sort of relationship, is not going to be good for you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and just your overall well-being. And that if you detect this in your relationship, it's probably over. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. That's the thing and the red flag to watch out for. You know, how does that person, the person in your life, this significant person in your life, how do they respond to your pain? So that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. I want those of you out there, including myself, to be in as many happy and healthy relationships as possible. But we can only get there through, I think, in a major way, through our observation of people and basically taking the temperature of how we feel in our relationships. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. Take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.